and welcome back to Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back on the Sony PlayStation. I am One Wild Sheep yet again, and today we're going to be continuing onwards with the rest of the second warp room and eventually moving to the third one. And looks like that Boulder is, gotta speed up. Wow! I have to say, I really love the animation of Crash Bandicoot in these Boulder levels. The animation looks really, really smooth when you're running past you. I mean, look at him now. He's turning around. He's like, oh shit, there's a boulder. I better get moving. Oh my goodness. So, I don't know. It's a nice thing I like. Anyway, as you can tell, during these boulder levels, there are a bunch of mines littered around the boulder course. And if you touch those mines, it don't actually hurt you, but they will slow down your progress and or send you flying into a pit. So you will need to still watch out for them anyway, despite the fact they don't hurt you. They're more of a nuisance than they are a real obstacle though, however, I'm gonna be perfectly honest. But one thing this specific one introduces, a specific boulder level introduces, is the electrical barriers. You need to you need to slide under these electrical barriers, otherwise you'll have a shocking end to your glorious adventure, and we can't be having that, ladies and gentlemen. And one thing I always have issues with is the depth. I have a major issue judging the depth on these electrical barriers, especially one we went through earlier on. As you saw earlier on, there was an alternate path we could run up, and I slid underneath the barrier and then jumped across a pit. Because of the way the Wumpa Fruit graphics look, I can't remember if it's actually like this in the PlayStation 1 on the actual PS1 console, because I am using the PS1 disc, I'm just using the PS3 system. One thing I noticed is the Wumpa Fruit looks like it's in front of the electrical barrier, and it causes me to jump earlier, even though the Wumpa Fruit is actually behind it. I don't know if there's a glitch on this version, or if it's I just have really poor depth perception, or if I'm just flat out dense. I don't know, I can't really tell. But, I don't know, I don't mind it as an extra obstacle. I just kind of wish I was able to judge how far under I am. That's all. It's no real big issue while you're playing through the game, no, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, crystal. Now, whenever you're looking throughout the stages for these crystals, don't worry about missing a crystal, because there is a very high chance that the crystal will simply be there. Like, the crystal will always be in your pathway in the general flow of things. It won't be hidden outside the way. It won't be hidden behind you like Insomniac like to do with their Spyro the Dragon game series. Oh no. All the mandatory stuff like crystal will be right in front of you, and that one box is the dickest box in this level. I hate that box. You need to get really far away from the boulder to avoid being crushed, and it causes me to be sad. But that level was a load of Boulder Dash. We've completed it with no real trouble. You could say that we just crushed that level. Cause Crush. I know there's one of you out there laughing at my jokes. There's gotta be someone, damn it. I'm not even the only one making the jokes. The game's making them as well. Like, this level by here is the first sewer level of the game, the Eel Deal. And is this the Eel Deal? It truly is the Eel Deal. This is actually a bodacious level. I love this stage so much. And it's kind of strange, because you know how a lot of people are kind of really... They don't like sewer levels that much, you know? And I'm usually with them on a lot of that, because a lot of sewer levels in gaming tend to be pretty... naff, shall we say? But I don't know, I think Naughty Dog did a good job with these sewer levels, because they're really colourful for what they are. And you got loads of obstacles, loads of generic platforming that you know and love at this point in time. And we also need to be careful of scrubbing bubbles, because this level has loads of scrubbing bubbles. You spin into the scrubbing bubble to defeat them, and whoa, invisible wall. Yeah, when you reach that first branching path, you will want to go to the right pathway first, because if you go through that invisible wall, which is actually one of the earliest hidden gems I found when I was playing this game, because I don't know, it just looks suspicious to me that there's loads of nitro crates in that room, but there was nothing there apart from that one box. So I investigated further, and there we go. At last, there is the green gem. When you get the green gem, kill yourself, because that's what I'd recommend. Why? Well, as I said, speedrunning tactic. Killing yourself is really useful in this game. I cannot stress that enough, ladies and gentlemen. But honestly, throughout the stage, the biggest threat are the eels in the water, because they will electrify the water, and that's no good. But before you go to the proper pathway, make sure you run into the pathway with all the nitro crates a second time, just to get that one box, because I've gone many a playthrough just missing that one box, thinking, oh cool, I'm gonna beat this stage, I got another gem in the bag. Where's the gem? Oh shit, I forgot a box. So just be a bit careful, you know, be on point. Anyway, one thing I should also note is if you die in a bonus stage, like I said previously, you won't lose a life, but if you have an Aku Aku mask with you, like I currently do now, you will lose that mask. Losing that mask is no good because, well, extra lives, you know, folks. Losing extra lives are not something that you're going to really want to do in the grand scheme of things. Or maybe you want to do in the grand scheme of things and you just want to make things harder for yourself. In that case, feel ahead, you know, go ahead. Anyway, those enemies with the spikes, you will notice they have spikes on the sides. Well, no shit. Anyway, be careful by you. This is like the only crystal in the game you can miss. But yeah, you can't spin into those enemies. Doing so will hurt you, so jump on the enemies that have spikes on the sides. If you see enemies with spikes on top, like say the turtles in the first level with the saw blades on top of them, obviously spin into them because otherwise, well, it'll be the equivalent of jumping on a spinning saw blade, ladies and gentlemen. It'll be graphic, it'll be awful, and it will be absolutely bloody painful. So don't do it. And of course, do not, whenever you see crates and holes in the floor, don't run straight down the hole. Like, I remember my first playthrough of this game. Well, one of my first playthroughs, because, let's face it, my first playthrough of the game was years ago. I was a wee lad, I can't remember much of that. I basically went to grab those boxes, but I didn't realise there was a hole in the floor, so... Oh sweet! The mother load of boxes! Yeah, I'm gonna get all the Wumpa fruit! And then I fell straight down the platform like, no! My beautiful boxes! So yeah, just be careful, you know, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of the traps in this game can really be avoided just by looking, just being alert. Because if you're not alert, then, well, obviously, it's bad. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is the first sewer level over and done with. And it's honestly one of my favourite level types in this game. And I don't know. But one thing I kind of love about this game is whenever you go into each of these entrances and exits of the stage, they have a sort of theme of the warp rooms that you were in. And I love that. I love the fact that... I don't know, I love the fact you have an entrance that's really icy and then you can break off into a sewer. It just... It makes things seem cool. You know, like we're going through hidden temples and stuff. I just like the idea. But I digress. With that, we've gotten all of the gems in this warp room and all of the crystals, so it's time for another boss battle. Yeah, time to duel.
10 of 25 crystals. You're on your way. I'm running low on power, so communication from this point will be difficult. Again, be wary of the pathways between warp rooms. Remember, I'm counting on you.
Sure you are, Cortex, sure you are. But if anyone's wondering why he has a giant N on his head, I have no idea. Well, I know why his name is Neo Cortex, the N stands for Neo, but when I was younger I used to think it was sort of like Red Dwarf, because if anyone's seen the sitcom Red Dwarf, one of the characters turns into a hologram way in the first episode, and to signify that he's a hologram, instead of having any special effects on him, they just plastered a H on his head, and I used to think that was hilarious, and I used to think Cortex was a hologram because of that. Obviously he isn't, because, well, it's an N, not a H, but I was a stupid child, what can I say? Anyway, these are the Komodo Brothers, nothing like the Mario Brothers. What they do is, Komodo Joe will start throwing axes and whatnot well, not axes, swords at you from the center arena. And Komodo Mo, I believe the other guy's name is, will spin at you on occasions. When he's run out of spinning, you spin at him, and he will spin into Komodo Joe, which will injure both of them, you know, folks. It's a very easy boss fight, you know, still the second boss of the game, still early days. And honestly, I found this game much easier in terms of the boss fights in comparison to the first game. Like, in Crash Bandicoot 1, I always had issues with the boss fights, I always had difficulty beating them. Crash Bandicoot 2, I have never lost to bosses, with the exception of maybe the first time through. I have always beat these in like the second or so attempt when I was younger. on my first playthrough, you know, folks. It's easy. The bosses are easy. You shouldn't have any trouble with them. If you do have trouble with them, just use my tips of the day, like this one. Just run on the outside of the arena until eventually you win. That's all it really boils down to. It's very simple. And that's the last we'll ever be seeing of the Komodo Brothers in the series until Crash Team Racing, ladies and gentlemen. Which I'm debating recording. I'm not sure I'm going to LP that game yet. That'll be way in the future if I do at least anyway. But now it's time for the sewer warp room. Yay!
Good show, Crash. The Komodo Brothers obviously lacked your mettle. But now is not the time to get cocky. There are still many crystals to obtain. Remember, the world is counting on you.
Good show, Crash, old boy. Yes. You know, I want someone out there, if anyone's an artist that's watching this video, please do some fan art of, like, Neo Cortex with a monocle and twirling his beard's goatee thing, because that would be perfect. And give him a top hat as well. Good show, old boy, Crash. Yes. You will all soon bow before my power as I get all 25 crystals. Oh boy, yes. Oh wait, did I say that out loud? No, Crash, I mean I was going to save the planet. Yes, yes, old bean. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this part of Crash Bandicoot. Thank you all for watching, hope you all enjoyed. Don't be sheepish, people. When we return next time, we'll start adventuring through the third warp room of the game. So yeah, don't be sheepish, hope you all enjoyed. I'll catch you all then. Bye!